6:31 p.m. So I'd like to call this regular meeting of the City Council and WPCA to order. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Council members are attending in person. This evening, we have Councilman Waldron, Councilman Iveyne, Councilwoman Spino, Councilwoman Ruette, and Councilman Oliver. That is our quorum. So before we begin the agenda, could we kindly stand and pledge the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're going to jump into item number 1. I will entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public in accordance with Section 4, subsection E of the City Council and WPCA meeting rules of procedure.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. I heard Councilman Waldron, second by Councilman Iveyne. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And we don't have a public present. Item 2, I'll entertain a motion to 2A. I'll entertain a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes from December 18th, 2023.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, second by Councilman Iveyne. Questions or comments on the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And for the record, abstention goes to Councilwoman Ruette. Item 2B, I'll entertain a motion to accept the special meeting minutes from December 21st, 2023.
So moved.
Thank you,
Second.
Councilwoman Spino, seconded by Councilman Iveyne. Questions or comments on these minutes? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item 3, I will entertain a motion to authorize the mayor to execute and amend Union Contract Local 2212 of Council 4, that's the AFSCME Public Works contract dated July 1, 2021 through June 20, 2025, as further explained in the Director of Human Resources memo dated December 20th, 2023.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino,
Second.
and seconded by Councilman Iveyne. And this is a great opportunity also to introduce you to our new HR director. So we have Denise Karpewski, who's the author of the memo and helped negotiate the amendment. If there are questions,
Welcome.
if there are no questions,
Well, on the amendment itself,
yes.
well, apart from the amendment, are there other work groups that we could apply this kind of logic to? Is it, this seems.
Yeah, Denise, if
Strictly
you-
electrical.
Specialized.
Oh.
Good evening. Thank you for the warm welcome. To answer your question, right now, the Public Works Department is the primary contract that we're working on, this type of strategy, but it is the intent to look at other bargaining units to take advantage of the benefits of this type of change. So I suspect it will grow into other bargaining units over time, but right now it's being utilized in the Public Works Department. We have had other similar changes for job opportunities like this, but not actual amendments. So in place there in Public Works right now, there's also the opportunity to get advancements from position to position without actually changing into one of these new roles. So they are, people are able to be promoted within the existing roles right now. And we have done that recently in addition to this. I hope that answers your
Yes,
question.
very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Other questions? Thank you, Denise. All right, if there are no questions, I'll call the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So item 4, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the Blight Task Force Ad Hoc Lead Abatement Grant Committee and the Torrington Area Health District to award up to $8,000 in grant funds from the Lead Abatement Grant Fund established with ARPA funds to aid in lead abatement at 25 Willow Street. Do I have a
So moved.
motion? Thank you, Councilwoman Spino.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Ruette. And are there questions? And just, if I can, on the record, have it reflect up to $8,000 or not to exceed $8,000. This is really for assessment purposes. So we can identify what may be creating a elevated lead blood level in a child living in the premises. And then from there, once they've identified where that may be generated from, they connect them with other resources to actually do the abatement.
Mayor, can I ask a question?
Please, yes.
Do we have any representation from the council on the blight, or is that?
No, the Blight Committee is an internal committee. It's department heads. We have our land use, our building department, our fire marshal, representation from the police department, tax collector, assessor's office, corporation council. So they're department heads. They're not elected officials. So it's a working group that formulates recommendations to bring to the council.
I know Marie Soliani was on it for a long time, but that was, okay.
No elected officials, at least.
Probably better that way.
And to be honest with you, one of the reasons it's done that way is the meetings can be called very quickly. It's not a public meeting. No decisions are being made by this committee. Recommendations are formulated and then brought to the council for action. So that's why it's employees that work together and identifying what work needs to be done.
Thank you.
If there was a blight committee, I believe Ryan at Bingham's administration is when he actually started a blight committee. And yes, there were elected officials on that committee. But when this council amended the ordinance and created just this internal blight committee of working individuals, it eliminates the need to do the public notice of when the hearings or meetings are taking place.
All right, now we're all educated here.
There you go. It's my job.
Thank you.
Other questions on this motion?
The funds are for identifying?
Yes,
Service.
assessment work. So what they'll do is they're working with a couple of different lead paint, environmental hygienists, I guess you would call them. And they'll go in and they'll do wipes. They'll wipe down all the surfaces to find out where is the lead paint dust. Particularly on those surfaces that might be attractive to children's
And
contact.
can any leftover funds be used for the actual abatement once identified, or is that a separate source or funded differently?
When the council established this lead abatement grant fund or healthy homes grant fund, it was left at to the discretion of the committee, to the council. Certainly in a situation where those funds are, quickly accessible on this level for quick work that needs to happen, it certainly can come to the council with a recommendation that the council fund the abatement. But for now, the focus really has been, because there are so many funds out there for abatement, the Connecticut Children's Hospital has a program that's, funded many, many of these projects, and not just lead abatement, but other healthy home initiatives. But the assessment piece is a piece they don't fund. So this was designed to fill that gap, provide the funding for the assessment work so that they can bridge them to those next sources, leveraging those funds, I think, rather successfully.
Very good. Thank you.
Other questions? Hearing none, I'll call the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, I'll entertain a motion to release the liens listed in Corporation Council's memo dated January 2nd, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron, seconded by Councilwoman Spino. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the tax collector and authorize the tax refunds indicated in the list dated January 2nd, 2024.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, seconded by Councilman Waldron. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, I'll entertain a motion to consider business by department heads.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Waldron, seconded by Councilwoman Spino. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And this was a part of the agenda, Denise, where we just asked the department heads that are present if there's anything else they want to inform the council about. Anything in your? No. So just as a reminder, Ms. Krapewski started on December 1st and talk about hitting the ground running. I think she hit the ground flying. So we appreciate that you're here and doing some great work. Thank you. All right, City Clerk's office, anything? Okay, and on Zoom, do we have, Ray Drew is on the call. Do you have anything this evening, Mr. Drew?
I have nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't know, I guess that's all that I recognize. We'll move into item number 8. I'll entertain a motion to consider business by mayor and members. Thank you, Councilwoman Ruette, seconded by Councilwoman Spino. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll start with Councilman Oliver.
Nothing tonight. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Councilwoman Ruette.
Happy New Year, and I think the batteries might be dead on the keyboard.
Oh, yeah, I should have said that. Too. My keyboard's not working.
I didn't turn on, and so, anyway. But nothing else, Mayor. Looking forward to 2024.
Thank you. Councilwoman Spino.
Have nothing tonight, thank you.
Councilman Iveyne.
Last week, Planning and Zoning approved Trinity Church as a homeless shelter. So I was very happy and pleased to find that. And it worked very well with the city council approving the bridge funding leading up to that approval process. So I want to thank the council and the mayor for coordinating everything leading up to that. Thank you.
Oh, no, I appreciate your comments on that. Yes, I agree. It worked out well. And I will provide a report back to the council members, how many days and how many rooms were actually funded through the appropriation that the council approved. We haven't received the invoice from the housing collective yet. But as soon as I have all that information, we could do a report back. So, Councilman Waldron.
Just the holidays are over, so
Yeah.
Happy New Year and
Good health.
Yeah, good health.
Good health, to
good health,
everybody.
because boy, a lot of bad
Yeah.
stuff going around right now.
Yeah. So the only thing that I'm going to add to this is, as this board knows, we're heading into the budget cycle. I intend to get my budget memo out to the department heads so that they can start working with a goal towards what our needs are and what we know our taxpayers can afford. So that memo will be going out in the next couple of weeks. I'll begin that work with our new budget manager, Erica Johnson, who started second week of December. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that. I do need a couple of members from the council to serve on the budget subcommittee. And for those veteran members, I usually try to take one D, one R. So I'm looking, and I can certainly wait if, Steve, you want to wait and talk with Paul about it. But I'd like to tap one of you and then on the council. I don't know if there's anybody in the council that wants to step into that.
I will.
Thank you, Molly.
You're welcome.
Oh, happy Mom.
I know.
Thank you.
And you didn't jump?
I did not twist her arm and I didn't pinch.
Mhm.
Absolutely. There's no better way to learn it.
Yeah.
than this one.
Well, and to Councilwoman Spino's credit, as a member of the Board of Safety, I think, she dug in on those budgets on that board and then, of course, with the Board of Education.
Mhm.
So I think there's a little
A little
extra insight.
experience.
Yeah.
knowledge or experience, but I'm grateful for your
Yeah.
volunteering.
So and I'll try to be as respectful of all of our volunteers' time through that process and start pulling together a subcommittee calendar, and then I'll circulate that so that everyone can weigh in on what's good for them and what doesn't work for them. The only other thing, and it's budget related, but not related to the general fund budget, as we know, we have cannabis revenue, we have the opioid settlement funds, and we have another small resource, which is the deposit money for the NIP bottles that the state pays us. So what I'd like to do is, I don't want to put that on the budget subcommittee, but I would like to start bringing to the council some presentation material as to how those funds can be spent in accordance with the mandates that were written into the settlement agreements or into the state statute, and a report as to what we have been expending from those various separate funds. I feel like they're out there, and if there's no mechanism to bring it to either a Board of Finance or a city council, then the public isn't aware of what we're able to do with those funds, and we can forget that they're out there. So I do think that we should establish some sort of regular report to this board. They don't fall under the purview of the Board of Finance as much as they do council, because they're outside of the general fund budget. So we'll work on what that looks like, and you'll see some recommendations on what that presentation will look like in the coming weeks. I think that's all that I have, other than to say Happy New Year to everybody, and I am looking forward to getting us through the budget cycle again. And welcome everybody's insight. If there are no questions for me, then I'm going to move into item 9 and reopen the meeting to the public for public comment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, seconded by Councilwoman Ruette. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There being no other members of the public, I'll move right into adjournment. I have a motion to adjourn. Thank you,
Second.
Councilwoman Ruette, second by Councilman Oliver. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.
Like my record.
I know, what time is it?
Pretty close.
Minutes. I still haven't beat